and a happy Easter. So if you're watching this on replay at some point, it is obviously it's the 2nd of April and it's Good Friday. So I just thought I would jump on and do a card pull for the different star signs, but I thought I would do it with the elements rather than each separate star sign, so that I can go a little bit deeper into it and provide a bit more of a deeper reading for the 4 different elements. So I have got my Light Seers Tarot deck in front of me, and I've got my Moonology deck as well. So I'm going to be pulling for each of the elements. I'm going to be pulling cards from the tarot and then just using an oracle card to back up and reinforce the message. Just the oracle cards, I find, just give a bit more focus and a bit more clarity to the message that's coming through from the tarot. So we're going to start with the air signs. I'm an air sign, I'm a Libra. So what do the air signs need to know? Okay, so from the tarot, we've got the 8 of Swords. So that indicates that your thoughts and anxieties and worries are getting a little bit, they're getting the better of you a little bit. And you're being held back by your own anxieties, your own worries, your own limiting beliefs. And that is what's restricting you and preventing you from moving forward. There's nothing physically stopping you from moving forward. What's stopping you is your own actual thoughts and beliefs about a situation or about yourself. And if you're not careful, and this is an appropriate one for air signs, because the swords are obviously, they're the sign of, they're the suit of the air signs, and that's that's a characteristic with the air signs, that we can get a little bit too caught up in our own thoughts. We overthink things. So this is a typical card of the overthinker. If you look, the lady in question is looking in the mirror and she can see herself blindfolded with her hands bound, but she's free to escape at any point. She's trapped by her own thoughts. So I'm just going to clarify that with a card from the Moonology. We've got be bold and make the first move. So going together, these cards are sort of saying, get out of your own head. You've got to do something. You've got to take action. Stop letting your thoughts control you. Stop the thoughts and just make the first move. Take action. Take your first step towards what you need to do to get where you want to be, or to change the situation that you're in, because nothing will change unless you're brave and you make that first move. But you've got to get out of your own thoughts, get out of your own head first. So that is the theme for the air signs. Okay, so moving on now, we're going to do water signs. So what do the water signs need to know? So we've got the Page of Cups for the water signs. So that indicates something new coming in. And cups are the sign of relationships and emotions. So this could be a new person coming into your life who's going to have a big impact on your emotional state. Or it could be just simply a change in the way you see your emotions, the way you see yourself. Pages obviously also can represent children as well. Children generally under the age of sort of 16-ish, young children, very young adults. And the Page of Cups is a child who's quite in touch with their own emotions, quite dreamy. So this, if you're a parent and you're watching this could mean that something significant is going on with your child. But more than likely, the message coming through from this card is just, it's a new beginning in a relationship, or if you're already in a relationship, sort of starting a new chapter of that relationship, bringing more love, bringing more emotion into it, and just really following your heart. So I'm going to get some clarity for the water signs. And cups are the suit for water as well, ironically. So we've got what do you need to release? So in order to reach that new step, that new point in your relationship or emotionally, what is it that you need to let go of first? What is, again, like the other card, what is holding you back? What negative beliefs do you need to release? Or is there something that you're holding on to in a relationship, or a person perhaps that you're holding on to that really they're not doing you any favors? You need to let them go, or let this belief system go. Perhaps it's a bad habit that you've got. Perhaps it's somebody that you keep going back to and they are not doing you any favors, but they're there because it's better than being lonely. But in order to sort of move on and get better, attract better things into your life, maybe you need to let go of that to release yourself from that situation. So that is the message for the water signs. I'm going to go with fire now. So this one's poking out straight away for me for the fire signs. So we've got the 10 of Wands, and Wands are actually, ironically, Wands are the suit of fire as well. So that is, it's not planned, but it's working out quite well, that, isn't it? So this is indicating 10, you're coming to the end of something, you're coming to the end of a cycle. That's what the 10s represent, and Wands are all about action. So you've been very, very action based lately. You've been working really hard towards those goals, you've been striving to achieve, but in doing so you've taken on a lot of burdens that are now not doing you any favors. You've bitten off a little bit more than you can chew, to use the idiom. We've been doing those at school this week. I love idioms. But the burden's getting a little bit too much for you, so it's time for you to start thinking about what you need to let go of. If it's a work thing, what can you delegate? If your home life's getting on top of you a little bit and you feel like it's all like a bit of a constant cycle of getting in from work, I speak from experience here, clearing up after your kids, getting on with the meal, what can you delegate? What can you get your kids to help you with? Or maybe sometimes it's okay to just put a couple of ready meals in the oven. You don't need to make a fresh meal every day. Get a takeaway, get ready meals, stick pizza in. Stop being so hard on yourself. Lighten the burden on yourself, or you will be close to burnout. So you can see there, the lady or the man in question, she feels like she's come a long way. So you have come a long way, but like I say, in doing so, you've taken on some burdens. So let me see what your message is from the Moonology. So a personal issue personal issue reaches a resolution. So pairing up with that card that's saying you've come to this resolution, you've come to solve a situation. Your cycle that you've been going through has sort of come to an end. You've got to kind of where you want to be in something, but like I say, in doing so, you've took on a lot of kind of negative energy, a lot of burdens. You're feeling quite tired, a little bit burnt out. So it's time for you now to rest. That's what I'm getting from this. So this is obviously for the fire signs. You've been using all that fiery energy, and now it's time just to take a little bit of time out and just rest and take care of yourself. Okay, so that's fire signs. And last of all, we've got the earth signs. Now, if it's a Pentacles, I will be so impressed by my abilities. This one. Oh, it's the Hierophant. So we've got a major arcana card now, and the Hierophant, she's a spiritual mentor, or it could represent you yourself, and it's saying that you're on like a bit of a journey, earth signs. So you're starting to think maybe there's a little bit more to life or to my situation. You're wanting more from what you're doing. You're wanting a different kind of way of living than what you've got now. It sounds a little bit deep, this earth sign. So things that you've been thinking quite deeply lately, which for earth signs is quite unusual, because our earth signs tend to be more practical, more down to earth, more what's in front of you. But you've been looking at a little bit more than that lately. You've been thinking, is the material really so important, or is there more to it? And you're at the start of a bit of a spiritual awakening, a spiritual journey. So this card generally says it's time to sort of focus a bit on your personal development and your personal growth. What can you do to help yourself grow as a person and discover more about yourself? Obviously, you could get a tarot reading from yours truly, but no, I'm not self-promoting myself too much there. You could read some self-development books, just really get down that rabbit hole of spirituality and kind of rediscovering yourself, and look for people who can help you along the way. So let's see what moon card. I'm gutted that wasn't a Pentacles card. I'm going to pull another now to see if there is a Pentacles. No, it's the Five of Swords. So you've been thinking, you've had a lot on your mind lately, and it's those thoughts that should be doing something more. There's more to life than this. And then thoughts, they're not going away, they're pecking at your head. So it's time for you to do something about it. It's time for you to start putting some little changes in place. So let's get a Moonology one for you. Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. So it's saying obviously you've been working hard because you're an earth sign. Earth signs are all about practicality, achieving, the materialistic. You've been working hard, you've done well for yourself, but now you're maybe starting to think it's a little bit more to it than that. It's a bit more to it than just working, going to work and then coming home, cooking the tea and going to work again. I'm getting a bit deep here, but you're at the start of perhaps a spiritual journey or a little bit more self-discovery. Maybe it's just time to take on a new hobby, get yourself out in nature a little bit more. It's really good with the earth signs. Often enlightenment comes through to earth signs when they're outside spending time in nature. Okay, so that is the reading for the 4 elements for the month of April. Obviously take what you can from it because it is a collective reading. And if you don't necessarily resonate with what's come through for your sign, have a look on your astrology chart. You can get them on the internet by typing in your date of birth, time of birth, etc. Have a look at what your moon sign is and have a look at your rising sign as well, because it might resonate more for that. I am a Libra sun and I'm a typical Libra sun. I'm right in the middle of Libra, but I'm a Gemini rising as well, and I definitely resonate with the Gemini rising. But then I don't resonate with I'm a Capricorn moon, and I really don't resonate with that. But a friend of mine, who I an Instagram business kind of friend, the lovely Kalisha, if she's listening to this, she told me to look at the Eastern astrology as well, and